Yo, what is going on, everybody? I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we're going to be previewing number 7 Michigan, currently ranked number 7 in the college football playoff rankings that just came out last night, and they're going to be going up against the Indiana Hoosiers here on Saturday, October 30th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. Going to be previewing this game. Michigan 7-1, coming off a tough loss to Michigan State, but still got their whole season ahead of them, and got to focus now on Indiana, 2-6 on the year right now. But they actually just did switch quarterbacks. Going to be getting into everything. Make sure you guys, if you guys are new around here, I'd really appreciate it if you could go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And other than that, let's get right into today's preview video of Michigan versus Indiana. Alright, so Indiana just lost their game last Saturday to Maryland, 38-35. Maryland is 5-3 on the season, while Indiana falls to 2-6. Not a great season this season, as they did a lot better last season and was ranked pretty high. So yeah, definitely not a great start here, but right now, Indiana has his true freshman quarterback, Donovan McCulley. He threw for 14 completions on 25 attempts for 242 yards and 2 touchdowns. He played phenomenal. What I think was his first start of his college career. So Indiana switching quarterbacks to Donovan McCulley, which he seems like kind of like another Michael Penix. So I think they found their future quarterback here at Indiana out of Donovan McCulley. We'll see how he does against Michigan. But yeah, look out for him, the true freshman quarterback coming in. Kind of a dual threat quarterback, can run it and pass it. So in that game for rushing yards, here we go over the stats here. The total yards, Indiana had 446 total yards and Maryland had 498 total yards. Now Maryland had 419 passing yards and only 79 rushing yards. Obviously Michigan loves to run the ball. However, last week against Michigan State, Michigan had a total of 552 total yards with 406 passing yards and 146 rushing yards. So they still got close to 150 rushing yards there, but mainly really they had success passing the ball in that game. So, really look for Michigan to pass the ball a little bit more, but also establish their run game, as they love to run the ball and really to dominate at the offensive line and defensive line. So, going over Indiana's total yards, they had 242 passing yards and 204 rushing yards with 446 total yards. And so, yeah, really, Indiana had a nice mixture of offense. Obviously, they did come up short by 3 points. They were down with like a minute 30 left, and they went down and scored a touchdown, did not get the onside kick, so they lost the game 38-35, but not a bad game against a Maryland team. Now Michigan State against Michigan, they put up 395 total yards. So really Michigan won the total yards battle, just multiple times could have won that game. Really sucks that we did lose that game. Just multiple chances to win it, and we just could not come up with those chances to take control and win the game. But nonetheless, we still have everything in front of us, standing at 7-1. CFP committee put us ahead of Wake Forest and Oklahoma at number 7, with Ohio State number 5, Michigan State number 3. So still everything right in front of us. But anyways, Michigan State had a total of 395 yards, 196 passing yards, and really their whole offense all game long was Kenneth Walker III with 199 rushing yards. He actually had, I'm pretty sure it was like 197 rushing yards for 5 touchdowns and 23 carries. And they scored 2 two-point conversions. Defense really fell apart. What I'm really excited to see here in this one is Mike Macdonald, how he and his defense will adjust. Obviously last week we had trouble, so I'm very excited to see what he does differently in this game, because all the teams this season now is going to be running that no-huddle offense, not substituting, so Michigan's defense can't substitute. That's exactly what Michigan State did, and they caught us off guard 3 different times. I'm pretty sure twice in the first half and once or twice in the second half as well. So it might have been 4 times, but something that Mike Macdonald has to fix, and we'll see how he adjusts against Indiana. But for Indiana, Stephen Carr had 21 carries for 136 yards and 2 touchdowns. Really great game by him. And then for wide receivers, a tight end, number 86, Peyton Hendershot, he had 6 receptions for 106 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then Ty Freifogel had 4 receptions, 78 yards, and Miles Marshall had 1 reception, 41 yards. That's pretty much it for offense, really. And like I said, Donovan McCulley, the true freshman quarterback, watch out for him. So Tua, or was it Tolia Tagovailoa? Not sure if I said his name right, but Tua's little brother had a great game. He had 26 completions on 40 attempts for 419 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 turnovers. One thing to mention, Donovan McCulley had 0 interceptions and turnovers in that game as well. So yeah, Maryland could not run the ball. They really mainly just threw the ball. Really, that is pretty much their offense, is just throwing the ball. Looking for Michigan now, Cade McNamara had probably his best game, best performance coming off of the loss against Michigan State. He threw on 28 completions on 44 attempts for 383 yards and 2 touchdowns and 1 interception, coming at the end there of the game to seal the deal. Then obviously J.J. McCarthy had that one fumble. Fumbled once, got lucky the first time. Second time, him and Blake Corum had some exchange issues. So that really sucks. That really that was the reason Michigan State went up, and pretty much kind of the reason we lost the game. One of the reasons. That sucks too, but he had a great pass to Andrew Anthony. And speaking of Andrew Anthony, what a game he had. 6 receptions, 155 yards for 2 touchdowns. Just a phenomenal game. Be looking for that true freshman wide receiver out there, and the future is bright for him. And Eric All, our tight end, had 10 receptions for 98 yards. Mike Samuelson, 2 receptions, 62 yards, and that 1 touchdown pass. And Cornelius Johnson had 6 receptions for only 36 yards. So I want to see how Cornelius Johnson responds. He's been our leading wide receiver all year, but with Andrew Anthony, Cornelius Johnson, Mike Samuelson, and obviously A.J. Henning and Roman Wilson in there as well, and Dalen Baldwin probably on the bench now. But we probably will see him as well. So, we got the talent on offense, and very excited to see how we use it. Hassan Haskins, Blake Corum did not have their best game. Hassan Haskins had 14 carries, 59 yards. Blake Corum, 13 carries, 45 yards. Just really not that great. And obviously the offensive line did not perform their best game either. However, they did protect the quarterback pretty good for the passing game. They did get to him a couple times, I'm pretty sure, but that's going to happen against a good defense like Michigan State. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I want to go over for the stats wise. Peyton Thorne really did not have a great game. Just Kenneth Walker and their running game really established the game. And that's pretty much how they won. Michigan, like I said, had multiple chances to close the game, just could not. Indiana coming off a tough loss to Maryland. Despite their record, yes, they've been having a tough season, so I expect Michigan to go out there, respond, bounce back, and just really, excited to see how this team responds after this loss, as we got everything still in front of us, and really just, we got to win out, and I'm sure you will be in the playoffs as long as you beat Ohio State and win out and go 11-1, no matter if you go to the Big Ten championship or not. Assuming Ohio State beats Michigan State, which, should happen, but, anything is possible in college football. But, Michigan going 10-1 is really, really possible. The only team in their way is Penn State, which I think we should be able to handle. However, it will be an away game. Luckily for us, it will not be at night. That is a for sure thing, so that is huge for our team. So one thing to keep in mind, Indiana did keep it close with Michigan State. They only lost 20-15 against Michigan State. Really kept it close. And they've had some good games and they've had some terrible games. Michigan State was definitely one of their good games. Kept it close, but unfortunately did lose. And field goals really got the better of them in that game. They really kicked a lot of field goals and only got 1 touchdown in that game. Their defense stepped up big. Michigan State had a terrible game offensively, but they did manage to win it. So Indiana did play good ball in that game. But yeah, So my score prediction for this game, probably gonna go. I'm gonna go 45-14 Michigan in this one. I really expect our offense to, have a great game. I expect our defense to have a great game, maybe letting a touchdown let up there late in the game. But nonetheless, I really hope our defense goes out there and really dominates and just fixes everything they need to. You learn a lot from a loss more than, winning that last game. So even though we lost the game, basically for our schedule coming up, we really did not lose much except for a huge rivalry game, because we have still everything in front of us. And you learn a lot more when you lose a game. But this team, you got to be proud of the way they came out and performed in that game. Defense has to fix things. You just can't have all those fourth down plays. Can't have big plays on fourth downs like that. You got to get those stops. There also was a couple turnovers. Probably could have gotten some bad calls officiating wise, but can't really focus on that when you could have ended the game by yourself even without those calls. But I just think this team will learn a lot more from the loss, and I think they'll bounce back good against Indiana. Then they go on the road against Penn State. Penn State is actually ranked number 22 in the AP poll. They did not get ranked in the college football rankings though. And if you guys are confused, Michigan is number 9 in the AP poll. And really the only rankings that matter right now, the only rankings that matter now is the college football playoff rankings, as Michigan comes in at number 7. That's the only rankings you need to look at now. Those pretty much determine everything now, and those are the college football playoff rankings. So those are the ones you want to be looking at, not the AP poll, the coaches poll anymore. Just if you guys did not know that already. But yeah, Michigan bounce back game against Indiana. They'll be played at 7:30. Pretty much that's all I have. I mean, I expect Michigan to blow this Indiana team out. Get revenge on them from last year. And yeah, then win this game. Then focus on Penn State. That'll be a huge one. And then you got Maryland on the road as well. So 2 road games before Ohio State. And hopefully a top 5 showdown between Michigan and Ohio State will be on the way. We'll see if Michigan gets in the top 5 though. Michigan State has to lose, and then maybe Cincinnati or somebody will lose as well. But yeah, Michigan State and Ohio State play the week before Michigan and Ohio State play, so that'll be another great game to watch. And yeah, so a lot of football to be played. Can't wait to watch it all happen. Can't wait to watch Michigan continue to play at a high level, and I really expect this team to bounce back and go into Ohio State 10-1. But I just got to take one game at a time, and the next game right now is Indiana. Let's focus on that. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think the score prediction will be. And other than that, hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please drop a like, subscribe for more, and we will see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day, and yeah, peace.